Now, Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, brushing off Trump's comments on Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi. Let's take a listen.
President Trump said Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi were lovely individuals when he was speaking in Montana last night. You agree with that characterization?
I think that President Trump gets along with world leaders, and there's nothing wrong with him complimenting them as people if it makes him more effective diplomatically. And there's an irony here.
That's different than walking in and laying down the law to Xi Jinping.
Oh, no, it's not actually, because you're better able to lay down the law like President Trump did if you actually have a good relationship with people and they trust you to follow your word.
Having a good relationship with people and trusting you to follow your word. Reaction to that, David?
I mean, I almost feel bad for Vance being in that position where he has to try to flip around something that's obvious, which is that President Trump admires authoritarian leaders like Putin and Xi, and Vance does his best to put the best color on it. But the truth is that Trump met with Putin several times when he was president. When Putin made mischaracterizations about the United States, including about our intelligence authorities and the conclusion that Russia had interfered in the 2016 election, Trump did nothing to push back against Putin. He did nothing to push back against the fact that Russia had annexed Crimea. In fact, Trump was considering endorsing the annexation and recognizing Crimea as part of Russia. And he would be the softest possible person on Putin and on Russia. And when you combine the ticket with Vance, who's the most anti-Ukraine aid and assistance person in the U.S. Senate, you literally have the most pro-Russian, pro-Putin ticket possible among any mainstream Republican officials. And I would say similarly about President Xi. I think Trump was a little tougher on China during his presidency, but it's still astonishing that he can only say complimentary, flowery things about President Xi, and it makes you wonder whether he would also, if he became president again, stand next to President Xi and side with President Xi on U.S.-China issues.
David, I've got less than 30 seconds. What do you need to hear at the DNC from Kamala Harris to make it clear her position on where the things stand right now in Israel?
Well, I would like to hear from her more clearly what she's going to do to accomplish a ceasefire, what leverage she's bringing to bear on Netanyahu and on the Hamas leadership in order to accomplish that ceasefire. Similarly, I'd like her to make clear what her position is on Ukraine, that she intends to continue the military aid and support for Ukraine, and that she can push very hard for other ways to leverage U.S. power around the world to get Russia to back away from Ukraine.
Former State Department official David Tafuri, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you.